Hello and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Monday, February 19th edition of our video devotionals. We appreciate you being with us today. Hope your Monday is going well. Now, this is President's Day, so that means it's certainly possible that some of the people who normally view this, you're not working today because of President's Day. You have some type of job, a federal job, state job, whatever it might be, government job that allows you to be off. I'm not sure how many school systems are out because of this. Maybe there's none. I don't know, to be honest with you. But at any rate, it could be a little bit unusual week for folks having the Monday off. But for the most part, it is the first, Monday. It's the first day of the work week and the school week. And hopefully everybody's going to have a good one this week. Weather-wise, we're doing great here. We're about normal temperature, so we're not really cold or hot or anything. We're about where we're supposed to be this time of year. But we have been running above normal like a lot of the country. All right, so we're going to start a new theme this week. We're going to be using the word magnified. And today we're going to be in the book of Joshua, chapter 4, verse number 14. Give you a chance to find that. We might read just a few verses above it to kind of give you a context, but locate that in your Bible if it is your custom. Otherwise, we do appreciate everybody who watches the videos. We're glad to be, I guess you can call it a supplement, if you please. We're not the main, I don't think we're anybody's main what's the word here? Kind of main diet, if you please, spiritually speaking. We do these to help people, but most of you, if not all of you, have a place that you attend that you call church, and you've got a pastor and people that help you. And it's always good when someone knows you that's able to help you when you need to hear what you need to hear from God, either when it's a big challenge or the encouragement, whatever. Everybody needs to have somebody that kind of, a little bit of, I guess we use the word accountable to. We're all accountable to the Lord. But some about people, if all they did was just watch, some online church, some even live streaming, and that's what they call church. It's not church, but and you just, you don't have anybody you're accountable to, people that know you, that helps you. That helps you grow probably as much as anything. But that's a whole different subject. I didn't mean to get off on that. We're just glad you're watching. Appreciate the responses, and as we can pray for people, do that. Notice Joshua chapter 4. Let's go to verse number 11, kind of give you a context here. Of course, we know Moses is no longer the primary leader. Joshua becomes that. And so notice what it says in verse 11. And it came to pass when all the people were clean passed over, now that would be the Jordan River, that the ark of the Lord passed over, and the priest in the presence of the people. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh passed over armed before the children of Israel, as Moses spake unto them. All right, verse 13. About 40,000 prepared for war passed over before the Lord unto battle to the plains of Jericho. Now notice verse 14, here's where we find our word we're emphasizing this week. On that day the Lord magnified Joshua in the sight of all Israel, and they feared him as they feared Moses all the days of his life. All right, so there's our word magnified. Of course, I looked it up. You know what the word magnify means. We all are familiar with a magnifying glass. Maybe it's not used that much these days, but magnifying glasses, we used to find one or get one, and we'd take it and then line it up with the sun and find an old leaf, a brown leaf, and we could make that thing start smoking at the very least. Sometimes maybe even, I don't know if it ever caught on fire or not, but I remember that concentrated heat going through that magnifying glass. And then, of course, the purpose of it is to magnify. Imagine something very small that you need to put it up against, and it magnifies it, makes it larger. And the reason why it makes it larger is for a benefit. So here's where I'm headed with this. The Lord magnified Joshua, not so the people would be not better off or hurt, some kind of damage, or he could take advantage of them. No, he did it because the people needed a leader, and he needed to be magnified in their sight so they would follow him. The Bible literally uses the word here, the terminology, and they feared him as they feared Moses. We're talking about a great respect because of the position and God using him. So this is not about, well, he's magnified, boy, he probably thinks he's somebody now. No, see, here's the thing. I do believe when God calls a person, that he knows there's people that can handle this magnification, if you please. And I know sometimes that there can be you can take advantage of that situation, and you could kind of get it in your head. I get that. But for the most part, across the board, when God uses a leader, it's for the people's benefit. And if he magnifies them in their sight, then that's going to be for their good. That's going to be for the work of God to move forward. And that's the case here. They needed a strong leader. And especially in this case, Joshua is basically a great military leader. And because he's necessary, they're in the promised land. They've just passed into the promised land, and it's time to start conquering. It's time to start getting this ground and getting this area in which they're going to be living and developing and everything. So all that to say, allow God to magnify people so that they can benefit you and help you. You know, there's some people that listen to this. If you're in a leadership position, then God can do that. And the truth is, we have to respect God and fear God in the respect that God would even allow any of us as a leader to be in a position where God could use us. But God does magnify people so that the work can go forward and to help the people. That's important. So here's the thing. What about when I try to magnify myself and that's not the Lord's doing? Well, we have messes there. This is where we have problems. This is where, I don't care where it's at. It can be in a home. It can be in a church, it can be in the state, be in the nation, when people try to go beyond their position, beyond where they're supposed to be, and try to magnify themselves outside of an arena they shouldn't be, or above someone that God has magnified. And we could use all kinds of scenarios here, and boy, was it really reflected in Moses' life. But here's the thing in general, let's let God advance and let God promote. And the timing of everything is important. If you notice the phrase there, it says, on that day, the Lord magnified Joshua. So there was a time period, there was a moment in which God did that. So let's just let God be God in this area. If he magnifies you or I for any reason, then thank God for that. Be honored, respect God, of course. We fear God. The people respected Joshua because of the position that God had put him in. And the responsibilities that he had. So that makes everything be much more harmonious. You know that. And but God does magnify. Thank God he does. But boy, what a responsibility. But of course, he'll make us who we need to be. And let's just allow God to do what he does best, which is, he does it best, right? All right, we're going to stop right there. We'll continue tomorrow. And Lord willing, we'll continue the rest of the week using this word magnify or magnified. Otherwise, have a great day, safe day, healthy day. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. And thank you for watching.